Hello, everyone. It is Kristen and Tyler, and we wanted to go through a brief video on Placements 101. We realize there's a lot of opinions out there, and really, to be quite honest, it's kind of overwhelming in the beginning, but we wanted to empower you guys with some of the biggest keys to learning about placements when you first start out your business.
Throughout this whole conversation, it is important to remember that we are building a pipeline. We're not hauling buckets. We are building a business. We're not trading time for dollars like a regular job. So the mindset is a little bit different, and you'll see that fleshed out throughout this conversation.
So the first thing that we wanted to go through and explain is something that's really key when it comes to placements. Yes, sure. So when you first enroll somebody, we're going to pretend that this X is me right here, and then I've enrolled these two people. And these two people are some people that actually were interested in doing the business from the start with me. And so these two people are actually inviting to classes with me. We're doing things together within doTERRA to do doTERRA as a business. And so then comes a point in time where I enroll someone. So I'm going to enroll Tyler. Doesn't happen in the real world. You can't enroll your spouse. You can only have one account. Okay, let's change the example. I'm going to enroll this girl named Susie. I enrolled Susie, and the cool thing is I'm her enroller, so for the first 60 days, no matter where she is in my organization, I will earn 20% on whatever she orders because I'm her educator. I'm earning the fast start from her orders. But I get to decide where I want to put her in the first 14 days that she's enrolled. So I can either put Susie right here next to my friends, or because I know my friends are doing the business, I can actually decide if I want to put Susie below them. So I'm going to put Susie right below here because I want to help this friend to build her business. Because the cool thing is, after the first 60 days is over, we're all going to be paid unilevel commission from Susie's orders. So she, my friend here, is going to earn 2% of whatever Susie orders, and because I placed placed Susie under my friend, I'm actually going to earn 3% of what Susie orders. So that's cool. And then the other part is I'm already helping my friend potentially build towards her Power of 3 bonus. I'm helping myself build towards rank advancements and all those sorts of things. But the important thing, but we both get unilevel. So the cool thing is this is where it comes into play, where doTERRA is really incentivizing you to help your leaders that are doing the business with you.
So one thing, just to clarify. So Susie was enrolled by Kristen. So Kristen's still the enroller, but she sponsored Susie down here. So this person, we didn't name them, but this person is now Susie's sponsor, even though Kristen is still the enroller. So if Susie was over here on Kristen's front line, Kristen would be the sponsor and the enroller. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
One other thing I'll cover with this is maybe a little bit more 201, but one cool thing about a new upgrade that doTERRA made is that when you enroll someone new, they get to decide whether they want to be a wholesale customer or a wellness advocate. Both options get the same discount, but obviously a wellness advocate is doing the business. So the cool thing is, let's pretend Susie, when I enrolled her, I always ask people this question. So I asked Susie, hey, Susie, there's two ways to get a membership with doTERRA. One is a wholesale customer option. One is a wellness advocate option. If you're a wellness advocate, basically the only difference is that you can qualify to earn commission. Which type of account would you like to have? 9 times out of 10, people will say to me, well, I think I just want to do the wholesale customer one, but can I upgrade later if I want to? And then I make a little note in my head, this person is interested in learning more about the business. But the cool thing is I place Susie here, and down the line, let's say Susie, after it's been 90 days, if she decides to upgrade her account, I actually get 14 extra days to decide where I want to place Susie again.
Well,
So if she upgrades to a wellness advocate, remember it has to be after 90 days, then I could potentially move her back up to my front line if she would better serve my team there. If she's really wanting to do this like full out as her thing, I can move her back up. Or maybe I still want to leave her under my friend to help my friend hit elite in her organization and help me to hit silver. These are advanced decisions. Again, just with all of this, make sure you're talking with your upline. And the important thing to remember is it's not a rush to get somebody to do the business, because you get 90 days. After 90 days, you can have them upgrade and you can replace them somewhere else if it's needed. So the next thing that we wanted to go through is really at the beginning of your business, one of the most important things if you're wanting to build fast is to identify people that can fulfill builder positions in your organization. So to do this, really there's two ways you can go about it. One option is you can approach people that you really care about and you could really see doing the business with you, and having a crucial conversation with them, sharing with them why you want to do doTERRA as a business, and asking them if they would like to join with you in doing what you're doing. And if you have friends that are ready for that venture, the cool thing is you can have them enroll, have them start learning about their products, and you can start placing under them as soon as they enroll as a wellness advocate. And then they can start joining you in the business as soon as they feel comfortable. The second option is you can wait and organically find those people. The key is you really have to approach people from the beginning of their doTERRA life and make sure you have clarity. We don't push the business on anybody. It's cool in doTERRA because we don't have to, but it's really important to have communication with your people. And the only way you can have that is if you ask them the question, what type of account would you like to have? And then I always clarify on a welcome call or a membership overview when I meet up with that person after they enroll. And I let them know if they ever decide to do the business, just let me know, because I'll support them in whatever way they want me to. And so those are the two ways you can go about finding somebody. But again, if you're enrolling a lot of people at the beginning, in order to really maximize the compensation plan with doTERRA, it's important to have people that fulfill a business builder position so you can place people under them. And so if you really can't find anybody at the beginning, then I would encourage you to identify somebody that can be what's termed a ghost leg for you. This is not ideal, but it is better than having everybody straight across your front line. So a ghost leg would be somebody that agrees to place a 100 PV order, especially if it's going to help you to qualify for a rank. So you would want them to upgrade their account and agree that as soon as you find somebody that's wanting to actually build the business and do this, this, and this, then at that point, you're going to be able to substitute that person into your ghost legs position to take over the care of your team. So if you're somebody that's really struggling to find a builder, you want to make sure to talk to your upline more about that option.
A couple things. First, ideally, somebody that's fulfilling a ghost leg position is somebody really close to you, a close family member or friend. And then second thing is, in order to swap someone into a ghost leg position, it has to be someone that's never been enrolled with doTERRA before. So it's somebody that before they enroll, they know that they want to earn an income with doTERRA. So you'll have to talk about that with people on the front end. If it's somebody you really want to swap into that position, before you enroll them, have the conversation with them to see if they're interested in earning an income with doTERRA.
So then the question comes into play. When you enroll someone, you have to decide, after you have some people that are doing the business with you, you have to decide where you're going to sponsor the people that you're enrolling. And so we wanted to give you a little guideline for what questions to ask when you enroll someone. First of all, when you enroll somebody, make sure you mark it in your calendar, in your planner, somewhere, so you remember to move that person. And we'll show you how to move them in just a second here, but I'm just going to show you a little example here. So this is me, and then right here you can see my two builders. I have Kizzy, and then I have Lisa. And Susie, I put on Lisa's team, but then Alan enrolled as well. He enrolled with me, but I'm deciding where I want to place him. So when I enroll Alan and I'm deciding where to place him, my first question I'm going to ask is, does Alan have a relationship with Lisa or with Kizzy? And let's say he does with both. Then I would make the decision on who's going to educate him better. Is Lisa going to educate him better in the long term, or is Kizzy? But then let's go back. Let's say the answer is no. He doesn't have a relationship with either one of these people. So then my next question would be, is he locationally closer to Lisa or to Kizzy? Like, if he lives in the same town as Lisa, then I would want him to be on Lisa's team. Or let's say he lives in the same town as Kizzy, then I want him to be on the same in the same team as Kizzy, because in that instant, I know that Kizzy or Lisa would be able to help support Alan. They would be able to invite him to their classes. They would be able to get him resources or roller bottles or all sorts of things like that. So they'll help me support Alan in the long term. But let's pretend that neither one of them live close to Alan. Alan's from Alaska, and Alan doesn't live close to anybody on my team. Well, then the last question that I'm going to ask is, where do I need the volume? And so again, this is a conversation you can have with your upline, but once you're going towards certain rank advancements or you're trying to hit your power of 3 on different levels, you want to consider where to place Alan based on how it's going to serve you best. Because you're just going to be the primary support for him always. And so you want to make sure to place him somewhere where it's really going to incentivize you to help him really well.
So in summary, the decision hierarchy on where to sponsor someone in your team is always number 1 is relationship. And then number 2 is geography. So you want to place people in similar locations if that's an option. And then number 3 is, where do you need volume for your leaders to hit their ranks or for you to hit your ranks? Relationships, geography, volume.
So one little point with this, remember at the beginning, Tyler said you want to make decisions that support a pipeline versus decisions that support carrying buckets. So an example would be, if I made a decision that didn't line up with this hierarchy, maybe let's say I know that Alan has a really great relationship with Kizzy. They're really good friends, but I know that if I place Alan here, I'm going to hit Premier for the first time, and I'm going to get $190 just for placing him there.
Not worth it.
It's totally not worth it. Totally not worth it, because this would be a bucket decision. That would mean temporarily I want to get this bonus, whereas long-term, Alan is going to do so much better in doTERRA if you place him under Kizzy, where Kizzy can help you to support him and learn more about his products and maximize the benefits he sees from his doTERRA membership. So again, just a little insight on how to approach your business with a pipeline mentality.
A couple of questions to ask yourself also are, 2 years from now, or a year from now, or whatever, 2 years from now, where does it make the most sense for this person to be? And then another question is, just lost it. Oh, where is this person going to thrive the best in their doTERRA lifestyle, in using the products, in becoming a healthier person? So 2 years from now, what's better? That kind of takes out the immediate gratification question. And then the next question is, what is best for the person that I just enrolled?
Yeah, so good. So the next thing that we wanted to go through with you guys is really just emphasizing a couple things when it comes to placements. Placements can be kind of overwhelming, but some key things to keep in mind are that you should always talk through your placements with your upline, because again, even if you understand the compensation plan fully, we want to benefit from the fact that we're a team and we get to do this together, and they might have insight that you didn't think of. So it's always smart to have somebody that you can bounce your ideas off of to make the best decision in the long term.
And another thing to keep in mind is that the compensation plan, I can't emphasize this enough, doTERRA created a compensation plan with their wellness advocates' best interests in mind. So it really is important to to understand, at least on a foundational level, understand the compensation plan and work within the plan, because it is designed to be the best for us as business builders, as leaders in doTERRA, and also designed for the best of the customer in mind as well, so that they get the support and the education that they need.
Mm-hmm. So then the last thing that we wanted to address is a question that comes up often in doTERRA, and you're going to hear a variety of different opinions, and the reality is long-term you're going to have to determine what is best for you and for your team. But just in our opinion, based on our experience and what we've learned from others, when we get asked the question, should I build for rank, meaning should I build to hit my rank bonuses first, or should I build to get my power of 3, which is a structure type bonus? And our experience really is that you can build for both. And there will also be seasons in your business where some things are going to make more sense, depending on what the situation is. But just to go into a little bit more details to bring more clarity, at the very beginning of your business, you can either work towards getting a $50 structural bonus because you have 3 people on your front line that are placing 100 PV orders, or you can build to have 2 people on your front line that are building this business and place below them to go towards Premier. At the rank of Premier, you get $190 about as a bonus as long as you enroll someone. And so in our experience, or in my opinion, and our opinion, is that honestly, I think you should work towards Premier because it's a more pipeline decision. If you start placing people just to fulfill that $50 power of 3 bonus, the problem that you're going to find is that people will do a $100 order every once in a while, but it's going to be a very inconsistent thing until you actually have builders that are in those positions. Builders are meant to fulfill that power of 3 structure need. And if you're just constantly trying to put more people on your front line that will place that 100 PV order, you're going to end up with a really long front line and a lot of wasted volume that won't help you towards your rank goals. So in my experience at the beginning, it's actually smartest to just focus on enrolling at least a couple people every single month so you can pay for your order, and then as soon as possible find builders that you can place under. Now, an exception to this would be, like, for instance, if you're at the rank of silver, maybe you're a solid silver and you're wanting to move towards gold, or you could start working to get your $1,500 bonus. And there are situations, especially if your leaders are not at the place that they need to be to help you go to gold, then it might actually make more of an impact in your life if you focused on your $1,500 power of 3 bonus, because that amount of money is going to impact your home and your ability to do doTERRA more than rank advancing to gold. The difference of the gold bonus versus what you get at silver is probably about $400-ish. And so the power of 3 bonus can be really, really helpful as something to focus at, especially if you feel stuck in between silver and gold.
And if you're at that level, you're at the silver level, like pushing for or focusing on fulfilling your 1,500 power of 3 at that point is also going to help you rank advance to gold. It's like there's synergy between the 2 aspects of the compensation plan, ranking and power of 3, and that's on purpose. So I guess to summarize what we're saying is we advocate to focus on reaching Premier by having 2 legs initially and building depth in those legs before focusing on your 50 level power of 3. When you get solid builders onto your front line, that will fulfill your first level of power of 3. In the meantime, your fast start checks from enrolling and educating should be at least covering your order for your oils. But it'll just make sense over time when you should plug in those holes on the power of 3 structural bonus.
And then the last thing to just remind you guys is, if you heard us say things on this video that you didn't understand, that is absolutely normal. We just simply wanted to introduce the topic to you and really encourage you to start thinking about it. Hopefully you learned some good things. And then if you have questions, make sure to write those down, comment below, ask your upline, have good conversations about them, because the more you learn, the more empowered you're going to be to make the best decisions in your business and grow at an even faster pace. So thanks for joining us today, and we'll be back soon with more helpful tips. Bye, guys.
Bye.